Strong language is used in this video and on this channel. You have been warned. Welcome back, viewers. I'm Raving Madly, and this is the Car Dealer Simulator Brand Loyalty Challenge run. When we left off last time, we had just sold 2 of our 8 lovely black jewels sitting out here on the front line. Got 6 left, and we've just upgraded to the level 2 mechanics shop. So, per our rules, we now have to fix brakes, suspension, exhaust, batteries, fuses. Everything that we can fix, we have to fix. However, given the cost of that, I have unilaterally decided that all of these that I already purchased under the old rules are going to be sold under the old rules. So they have been fixed up already to a saleable condition, and that is how they will be sold. I'm not going to say that they all have to come back through and be fixed, because if you look up in the top left corner, quite frankly, I don't have the cash for that. So, given that I have no cash and I can't buy any cars, we're going to take a nap and we're going to advance time to the morning. And we're going to sell some of these junk heaps. And hopefully, that will give us the cash to go out and buy our next batch of vehicles. And the cash to fix them to where they are saleable. In this episode, I feel like we're going to find out whether or not this idea is actually workable or not. And now we're just waiting. Actually, let's go get the truck. Pull that around front. Do a quick check on our inventory while we're waiting. Got all these junk batteries to sell, so that's good. And these are all of our junk parts that we bought to put in the parts refurbisher that we don't have yet. None of them are good enough to be put on a car, under our rules anyway. They have to be green. They don't have to be 100%, but they have to be green. So we're just kind of killing time waiting for a customer here. Actually, you know what we could do while we're waiting? I don't actually need them in my inventory to do this. Let's... Oh, this is a bad idea. I'm going to have the truck pulled apart when customers finally try to buy something, and I'll have cash, but it is what it is. All right, so as you can see, our truck here is a steaming bucket of crap. I think I washed it before I had the upgraded car wash, so I never polished it. But we're going to put a little bit of work into the truck here. I'm going to see if I have some better parts that will hopefully make it not suck quite so much. And of course, as soon as I start working, there's a customer. It's like they know. Where are you? Yeah. Yes, ma'am. No. No. Sorry, Jacqueline, but I don't know if you've heard, but we here at this car dealership are hurting for cash. I'm going to need all your money. You're lucky I'm not here with a gun demanding all of your cash at this point, honestly. About 4,700.
Done.
That's not what I was trying to do.
Okay, I agree.
Well, I desperately need money, so...
Great job! Whoa! Whoa!
I've got a feeling I'm not going to like you, Julie. If you don't come up above 7 grand, this isn't happening.
Hey! Haha! Yeah, yeah!
Why? What?
Woohoo!
You know, after all those times we had of people just coming in and offering us asking price, why couldn't this be one of those times? How about 6,000, Nicholas? I'm going to try and get literally every dollar I can out of you.
All right, let's do this. All right, let's do this.
Another Jacqueline. I didn't think it was that common of a name. How about 7,600? About 7,200. No, you're not going to meet me where I want you to meet me. I can tell that by the numbers you're throwing out there, so let's get these other two chariots up on the line. Again, pictures are already taken, so we can post the ad. Oh look, Wolverine's back. Get these up on the interwebs real quick. Help put the pictures up. Oh. I remember this car. This is the one we couldn't sell when it was white. Because I wouldn't accept anybody's offer on it. Oh, look. Wolverine wants to buy another car. Fantastic. Take it.
Sounds reasonable.
Alright, so we've got about 25 grand now. Let's get the truck back off the lift. Because, shit bucket that it is, it's good enough. Why is my truck dirty? It's unacceptable. Get this thing out front and ready to roll. Soon as... Actually, let's, Carl. Just no. Absolutely not. No, you're not moving enough. Let's set up some appointments for cars, and we'll hit up the parts shop. Go wait for a minute. We'll hit up the parts shop while we're out there. I really don't like dealing with these Vanguards. They don't sell well. They're really hard to move. But apparently, that's all I have for options. Really? There's literally nothing but Vanguards that I can buy. Wow. That is some bullshit, game. Well, you're nice and close. Let's go get that customer before they get bored and wander off. Hello, Frank. These things are just such shit buckets. Nobody wants to pay for them. I suggest, you know what, I'll come down a whole... Really? I came down $1,000 and you moved 100? Get out. Take your stupid bucket hat and shove it up your butt. Learn how to negotiate, dick. Alright, since we're apparently dealing in Apex Vanguards this episode. Oh, man, this is going to be out on that stupid hill again. To be fair, I'm not supposed to be buying these things. I swear, you all come in here with the same offer, and it's not going to work. No, you're barely moving at all. Get out. It's an $8,000 car, and you all come in here in the low fives. What do you think is going to happen? Well, game doesn't start giving us some more vehicles. We're going to have a problem here. That's my car. That's also my car. Look at the cheaper one. That's way out there. That one's down by the parts shops. It's got to go there anyway. And of course, the joy is that... Okay, you're slightly higher than the last guy. Come on. Come on, people. Work with me. I moved $1,000 and you came up 200? Get out. Clearly, we're just going to keep getting dicked around on these car deals. I'm not having a good feeling about this, Judith. Okay. You came up $1,000. I can respect that. And then you came up 100. At a certain point, I just need to move the inventory.
Yeah.
Because these guys are just going to keep lowballing me. Which, a certain part of me understands it. These cars are absolute crap. Like, this is like a 1980s friggin' death box. I wouldn't want to pay top dollar for it either. But look at this. I have to replace all of these parts on this car. I'm not going to make money on this. Let's use this one as a trial, because this is literally the cheapest car I could find that I'm allowed to buy. I've got to replace everything but the cab. It's worth $39.52. I doubt we're going to get her much below 3. She's probably going to be insulted by that.
Mm-hmm.
20. No. Too many digits. Okay. It's kind of not worth not really worth the candy at that point. Because I'm barely going to get the cost of the candy back. And I'm going about, well, we're going to use this one as a trial. It's all right. He clearly didn't notice. Let's go hit up the parts store and then we'll hit the gas station. So what we can do, I don't know, this is definitely going to be cheesing if we have to go this route. What we can do is just set a ridiculous price on these cars, and statistically, eventually someone is going to come in and offer us asking price. All right, so I need all 4 all 4 rotors, all 4 calipers, all 4 shocks, both ball joints. I need literally every part except the catalytic converter and the battery, because I already have that. I'm going to spend more in parts than I did on the car. Right, so I'm going to add a running tally in the edit. But that's $800 in shocks. Oh, these calipers are cheap. So that's what? $880. Why are rotors so expensive? Rotors are dirt cheap in real life. That's $1680. $1920. $2220. $2320. $25. It'll be $2520, $2620, plus a battery. Yeah, I'm spending more in parts than I did on the car. You know, I'm gonna sell these junk batteries back to the store, and we may sell all of those junk parts that we have in inventory too, because I think we're gonna need the cash. Let's also buy some more repair tape while we're here, so I can use that where I can. All right, where did I leave off? I need tailpipe, a muffler, and a resonator. I already have the batteries, so let's buy a few more because everything seems to need one. I think I'm good on fuses. So, again, this policy here is what's going to make or break this run. Because obviously it's 100%, well, that and whether or not the game decides to keep giving me cars or not. If the game phases out all of these lower tier cars, then I'm just screwed because there's nothing I can buy. But obviously, you know, eventually it's possible. It just takes a ridiculous amount of time and patience. And yes, we could keep selling mediocre cars and get ourselves to $1 million. That would just be, you know, how many days of my life am I going to have to waste in this game to get there? It's the policy of having to replace all of these parts that's going to sink it, I think. Because again, I just paid, I've now paid like $6,000 for this car. So what is my profit margin going to be on it? Not high. If any at all. And I got to pay this clown, which I got to tell you, Buster, given what my profit margins are, we might be going back to doing this ourselves. It doesn't take me that long to do body work. 500. Let's go get the closer one so we stay close to the dealership. Especially where, and that car was in poor visual condition, so that one was cheap. too far away from the dealership. They're gonna bail before I get back there. Yeah. That car was cheap. The rest of these are all in better shape. So the asking price is going to be higher. And consequently, the sale price will most likely not be. Yeah, and this one's in the exact same boat. I got to replace everything but the resonator. And the resonator is cheap. Well, and the battery. So yay. But it doesn't need any body work at all. This is going to be a losing proposition, I think. 53.65. How about 4,200? Oh, thank God he came down.
Let me think about
Oh,
this.
43.40.
Let me think about this, huh?
Got the best I can do. Now let's go to the parts store and spend a small fortune. Yeah, I think we may need to fire body shop guy. Actually, unless I need to look and see if I can put him in the mechanics shop, because that will save me. I don't know if I can have an employee there yet, but that will save me more time having him do all of the mechanical work. Shit, I forgot what this thing needed. Especially where I don't have power tools yet. So I need everything but the battery and the resonator. Joy. All right, so fronts, rears, calipers, rotors, ball joints. Come on. I'm starting to get really annoyed by this. You know what, just move everything and I'll move these back. That'll be faster. Alright, we left off at the ball joints. 2 ball joints. Oh, we only need 1 exhaust manifold. We need a cat, muffler. We don't need a resonator. We have batteries. And we need a tailpipe. Alright, let's hold fast with these 2 cars for now. I'm gonna flake on that other appointment. Because 1, I don't want to go park on that damn hill again. That made me all manner of cranky. And 2, I want to see. Oh, I gotta put gas in this thing. Come on, truck. Work with me here. So, as I was saying before I got sidetracked by inventory issues, if I can put body guy into the mechanics position, if I can have a paid mechanic yet, that'll save me a lot more time, especially where I don't have power tools. It takes for freaking ever to do all of this shit by hand. And it'll be worth $100 a day or whatever he costs me to not have to manually wrench all of this stuff on and off. Because honestly, it sucks doing it enough with the impact wrench. And while yes, I could technically afford it, I'm not sure that's the best use of our money right now. Plus, that's a a whole huge... That's... To fix these 2 cars, doing it by hand, that's probably the better part of an hour for me to do that. And I feel like I do it fairly quickly. So let's drop this on the wash rack, because it doesn't need any body work. And see if we can put body shop guy in the mechanics shop. Clear out. Come on. Get as much of that as we can. Put it in the warehouse. Oh, look. Somebody else is here to offer us crap. Let's go be insulted by their price offering. All right, take it, Juan.
All right.
All right, so we're now going to close the dealership. Come on, close. And let's see if we can put body shop guy. Whoops, that wasn't what I wanted to do. No, that's the only place I can put him. Well, that sucks. I think I've got to upgrade the mechanic shop again. Well, in that case, sorry, dude, but I can't afford you. I'll do the damn body work myself to save myself $100 a day. And of course, we will be maintaining our policy that you can have any color you want as long as it's black. All right, so I'm going to do all of the mechanical work on these. Ah, fuck a duck. This one doesn't need to be washed. So I'm gonna get these 2 ready for sale. And I will cut back in when they are ready to go. All right, viewers, I have completed complete refurbishment on both of these chariots. Again, I can't fix the engine, radiator, and clutch right now, so I'm limited to... I can't replace these. Everything else is green. This is what we paid for this. But remember, we put another $3,000+ worth of parts into this thing. So we've spent effectively more than it's worth. So I have to sell it above market. I priced it at $8,000, but aside from somebody coming in and offering us asking price for it, we're not going to get it. Same thing with this. I bought this for $4,300. I put, again, over $3,000 worth of parts into this thing. I will put actual numbers up during the edit. But right now, while I'm recording audio, it's unlikely I'm going to make what I've spent on these cars. I'm going to hold off on this other one. Like I said, I'm going to flake on that appointment. What I'm going to do, because I looked at this while I was not recording. It costs $35,000 to upgrade the office. I've got 24 right now. If I can sell both of those for what I'm asking, I priced them at $8,000 and $9,000. That gives me $17,000. That gives me enough to upgrade the office. At that point, I can turn into a chop shop, basically, and all of these red, orange, and yellow parts that I'm sitting on that I can't do anything with until I have a parts refurbisher. But I get the parts refurbisher with the next shop level. So at that point, I can take all of those, refurbish them back up to 100%, and sell them back to the parts store. Since I have some free time here, we're gonna polish up the truck. Magnificent shitbox that it is. I also want to note that there were a couple of parts on those cars that I replaced that were at 75%. And when you look at the part in the inventory, it comes up as green. However, when you scan it with the scan tool, it still comes up as yellow. There is some sort of dichotomy in the code where I'm assuming somebody used a greater than or equal to in one spot, but not the other. Come on, where is it? Is it the roof? There's some sort of discrepancy in the code where one of them comes up as green and the other one does not. It would be really nice if the devs would fix that, because it's fucking with my run. There were 2 parts, one on each car, that I technically should have been able to leave, because in the inventory they come up as green. But on the car, when you look at it in the scan tool, it comes up as yellow. Since we have some free time, so we're just waiting for 7 a.m. here. Actually, I don't think I reopened the dealership either. I also grossly overestimated the amount of time it was going to take me. What am I doing? I don't open the dealership. I overestimated the amount of time it was going to take me. It took me about 10 minutes per car to replace basically the entire car. What I'm going to do with my truck here is I'm not going to put new parts on it. I'm going to take the best of the crap that we have in inventory. Apparently 47% is the best that I have. But you know what? Pretty sure it's better than what came out. This is basically what I bought the exhaust tape for, because I'm not going to spend the money to put new parts on this thing. Not when we're hurting for cash this badly. And what I'm kind of primarily in... Oh, god damn it. I keep doing that. What I'm primarily interested in on this thing is the brakes. And now you guys can see just how miserable this is. So what's the best brakes that I have? 65, 67. Front brakes do 70% of your braking, so obviously we want better brakes up front. Coming up on 7 a.m. Dealership will open, and hopefully we can coast past that $35,000 mark. And I don't want to come down to the wire on it. You know, I want to leave some reserve cash. So I really want to get asking price for both cars, honestly. If I haggle them down, I'm not going to make back what I spent. And this is, unfortunately, this is really a losing business model until you have the parts refurbisher. Because at that point, it's just time. At that point, it turns into, yes, I'm not making money quickly, but I am making money. Although I did forget to factor in utility bills there as well, so. All right, got some noticeable improvement here. I'm not going to dick around with the suspension on this. Quite frankly, I don't have the ambition to do it. There's so many bolts in the friggin' shocks on these things. I just don't want to mess with it. But hopefully, now that I'm up above 50% on pretty much all of my brake components, I think there was one in there that was in the high 40s. Hopefully, this thing will stop a little bit better now, because it is an absolute beast to get this thing to stop. So I want to see if it's actually tied to the parts, or if that's just the stock handling of the truck, and it is what it is. So at this point, we are just waiting for a customer to come in and make us an offer. Given the cost of these cars in relation to their market value, it might be a while. Come on, lady. Yeah, no, that's just slightly over half. No. I'm gonna be stubborn on these two. I'm sorry.
Woo!
No. Just no. You know what? This is a whole lot of wasted time, is what this is at this point. 'Cause I need what, $9,000? So I've got to get at least $4,500 for each of these.
Oh.
Hell no. All right, let's do this.
I've just
All right.
I've got to move these cars, because otherwise I'm standing here on this lot all day just bitching into the mic, and that's not a great episode, really. So we still need, I've got to get above 5 for this car, is what it comes down to. And this is the one that was worth more out of the two of them. And please, dear God, game, give me something besides friggin' Apex Vanguards. These things are they're an absolute bear to move. I feel like you know, if there were any of the NGD pulses I could buy, those are, I feel like they're easier to move. Granted, if I lowered the price, this would be easier to move, but it is what it is. You know, we've got to get above that line, and then use the provided game mechanics, provided that it doesn't absolutely trash my utility bills, which I probably owe a crap ton in because I don't think I've paid them in a couple of days. All right, well, we're above what I need to get, so now it's how much can I get? Really like to get him above 7. Give me a little bit more of a cushion. Oh. Here.
Okay.
I mean, you're technically right above where I wanted you to be, George. All right. So, the run continues. We are now...
That's it. More space means more rides for sale. Now you just gotta fill it up. Chop chop. Time is money.
All right. So, we now have our parts refurbisher. How much do I owe in bills? Yeah, I owe $2,400 in bills. Good Lord. Well, let's be responsible and pay our bills. And as you can see, we now have a nice, shiny new building. But we don't care about that right now. Right now, we have $700 to our name. So we're going to start cooking up the parts. And that, I believe, brings us to the end of this episode. We have technically advanced our dealership, but at the expense of now being slightly cheesy. But on the plus side, building looks a lot better. We are almost there. As always, I have been Raving Madly. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you next time.